Welcome back to another video, and in today's video I am here at a property in Redditch, and we've kindly been given the keys from a local estate agent to walk around and show you guys at home what I look for when I go on a viewing. Now this video is a little bit different to something we've done in the past because I'm giving you an insight into how I walk around a property and see where I can add value or save money. So come with me and let's take a look around this one. First of all, we'll do inside the house, then we'll do the front garden and the rear garden, and I'll show you what I'm looking for. As soon as I walk into this house, I can see the floor tiles. They are quarry tiles from what I know of, so they need changing. I'm spotting certain things instantly. There's laminated floor in the kitchen and there's laminated floor in the living room that needs changing. I can see that the central heating system has the double radiators. Again, until I walk around and see the boiler and other bits and pieces, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm presuming with the age of the property, the central heating system will need upgrading. Now, other things that I'm spotting as soon as I walk in, the walls. I don't know if you guys can see this at home, but the walls are terrible. The walls look on camera like they're quite smooth, I'm presuming, but the way that they curve and stuff like that, it's not a great finish. It looks awful. As I'm looking around, I can see the skirting board. So if you look down here, the skirting is sitting on top of the tiles that was on the floor. So that needs changing. The architrave around the doors is really old. Now, a lot of people will come in here and think, oh, I can get away with sanding that down and repainting it. You can, but you can tell the age of that architrave. So me, I'd want to change it. We have this cupboard, which I don't know what's inside there. Okay, so we have the fuse board, which is something that's quite important to look at. Can you see that? Now, that looks like it's quite new to me, to be completely honest, but we'll go through and have a look around the house and see how the electrics are. Now we're in the lounge and you can actually see the age of the property from the lounge. The fireplace, polystyrene tiles on the ceiling, the radiator, which is a double radiator, but the age of it you can tell. The skirting board in here, if you come down here and have a look at this skirting board is not great. Flooring is awful. The doors, guys, the doors are not great. You can see the pipes for the radiators and the heating's coming down the wall. The windows are in great condition. I actually think these windows have been replaced in the last maybe 24 months because as I've walked in here, these two are fantastic. We'll check the others in the other room, sorry. The walls, again, the walls look okay, and I don't think from the hallway and the first room, it needs back to brick. It seems to me like these can be skimmed over to get a smoother and a straighter finish. So that's a good thing that I'm looking at because I can save money there. The electrics look okay in this room and they looked okay in the hallway. So we'll go into the kitchen and we'll have a look around there. This is the first time I have been to this property today, and what you guys are seeing at home is exactly how I'm seeing it as well. So it's the first time in this lounge, it's the first time I went in the hallway, and this is the first time I'm going to go in the kitchen. This is the kitchen slash dining room, and you can see from behind me that the whole kitchen needs replacing. It needs ripping out and it needs modernising. Again, the flooring in here needs doing. I'm looking around at certain things. Doors, you can see, all need changing. Skirting board again, and the architrave in here. So I'm just presuming the whole house needs all new skirting, all new architrave, carpentry throughout. This fire obviously needs removing. Chimney breasts, I didn't mention it in the lounge, but I mentioned the old fireplace. These need to come out to add a lot more space. The windows, again, in this room, I've had a look. These are perfect. So definitely, I think that in the whole of the house, all of these windows have been replaced in the last 24 months. We look at the back door. I would definitely upgrade that back door. That back door looks like it needs doing. We have a storage unit in there. Great space. But again, could this be knocked out to make this a square? Because this is just a cupboard. There's no boiler or nothing in there. If we come around this way, radiator. It's a double radiator. All the pipes are exposed, which I don't like. So I would want to change that. The windowsills. Now, windowsills are made of the old bricks. Don't like that, so they will need changing as well. I'm not sure that anything in this room will be back to brick, because if I peel this back here, you can see that the walls are in good condition. It just needs a skim. So this won't be a back to brick in the lounge or here, or the hallway actually. So I can save some money there as well. But so far, so good. And as I'm walking around, I'm adding this up in my head, so I know what the renovation will be. I'll go through with you guys at the end of the video and tell you what my thoughts are then. As I'm walking up the stairs in the hallway, you can see the old gas radiator. Now, if you look up here, you can see the pipes all running around the house. They're all exposed. I don't like that, so that will need sorting. The banister on the stairs is very old-fashioned, so all of this will need replacing. Obviously, the carpet will need replacing as well. And as I'm looking at the walls in the hallway, again, not back to brick, they just need a light skim. This house is pretty solid downstairs, so I'm hoping it's the same as we go upstairs. Upstairs landing, and again, this all needs replacing. The walls up here, from what I can see, are in good condition. Everything seems like it's good. Even the ceiling, it just needs skimming. Now, I know I mentioned changing the architrave because I don't like it, and I can tell the age of the house with the architrave, but if you wanted to and you was on a really tight budget, you could sand this back and get a great finish. As I'm looking round, all downstairs, all upstairs, it's just the age that I don't like. Skirting board definitely needs changing, because don't like that skirting board. It doesn't look good. It's not going to add any value to the house. So I would definitely change that. Windows again, windows are fantastic, and that's a massive saving. So let's go into bedroom one. This, I'm being told, is the master bedroom, or bedroom one, and this fireplace needs to go. This chimney breast, in my opinion, needs to go. Skirting and architrave again, like I said, I want to change it throughout the whole house, but if you're on a budget, you could make some cutbacks there. Walls, again, look like they're in great condition, just need a skim. Polystyrene tiles on the roofs, that will need boarding, overboarding, and I want to add spotlights throughout the whole of my house. In here, what do we have? Space. So that would come out completely. I would remove that. So I've taken a look at the boiler, and that needs replacing. It needs a new boiler, because you can clearly see that if you're upgrading this house and stuff, it makes sense to upgrade that boiler. Now, a lot of people would actually get that boiler serviced and try and get away with selling the house without me. I can't, because I don't want to pass on a problem to someone who buys a house off me. And like I said, I've saved some money so far with the plastering back to brick, which I thought it was going to be. But because I've saved some money there, I'm happy to spend it on a new boiler. I'd buy the new boiler anyway, but numbers wise, I know that they want £280,000 for this house. Well, 280,000 offers over, but they will accept £280,000. And I know what the end value of the house is, because when I came in, I spoke to the estate agents, we did some comparables and bits and pieces. So in my head, I know what budget I have got to play with on this house to make my profit. And so far as I've walked around and I'm adding it up, I would definitely change that boiler. Now the radiators, all the radiators in the house need changing as well. They're all old. They are double radiators, but they're not they're not what I would want in my house. So that is definitely something that needs changing. It does need a new central heating system. You can see all the exposed gas pipes throughout the whole house, so that would need doing. Flooring again would need changing. And other than that, again, I'm very happy and I'm very surprised at the age of this house and how well it is inside. So we'll move on to another bedroom now and then we'll go into the bathroom. Bedroom 2, first thing I notice, polystyrene roof, needs overboarding. This is another cupboard, which I can see here, if you look, that basically just needs knocking out to make more space in the room. Windows are fantastic, flooring needs sorting, carpentry throughout the whole house. But one thing I am spotting in here, the electrics seem like they're okay. It doesn't seem like it needs rewiring. So I'm happy about that because that's another save that I can make. And yeah, so far so good. We're in the bathroom and it's a 3-piece bathroom. It's a tiny bathroom. Looking in that room there, obviously this wall is over the stairs. I can't see any way to add value by making the bathroom bigger or even getting an ensuite in any of them 2 rooms. So we have to make do with what we've got. It's not the worst, but as you can see, again, polystyrene roof would need overboarding. Exposed pipes to all the radiators, and it just needs modernising. So I know the figure, and yeah, I'm not happy that I can't see where I can add some space in the bathroom or where I can add an ensuite, which is something I always look for when I go and view a property that I'm going to buy. Third and final bedroom, again, the same as the house, polystyrene roof, needs overboarding, flooring needs changing. This needs knocking out to add more space to the room because I think that's pointless. Windows are fantastic throughout the whole house and it just needs a skim in here to get the walls smooth and get that finish. Socket sitting on top of the skirting board, that needs raising. I've spotted a couple of them throughout the house, so Ams will do some B-roll and show you that. But other than that, again, windowsill, a very good house, a very solid house. These houses are, the foundations are fantastic. It's not like a new build and I'm very impressed. We'll go into the garden and then we'll check the front garden out. We'll have a look at the front door, which I haven't mentioned yet, and we'll see how much that's going to cost us. I'm in the rear garden and it's a huge space. The garden is absolutely massive. I can see that all the windows don't need replacing, they just need cleaning, which I spotted on the inside, but now I'm seeing them outside. I can also see that all the stack pipes, the fascia and guttering all needs replacing because it's all old. These fence panels look like they're very sturdy and it doesn't look like they need replacing apart from that one there. So these will be painted to match the same colour as them. Again, that side, it depends on how you want your garden to look because you can put the fence panels on that side to match the back because they're all different ways, obviously. So you need to make a decision. I know what I will do because I like my gardens to look the best. So I'd want the panels facing inwards, but for cost, you can just paint them because it's all sturdy, like I said. Here, we would definitely need to do something with this grass. It would need more of a patio on this side here because where you are over there, Ams, and you're filming, that is dark and dingy. There's no sun there. It doesn't look like the sun gets there because it's what, 9 o'clock in the morning now, and the sun is here. That's all in shade. Next door's having an extension, so you can see the potential of what you could do to this property as well, which is always good. Hopefully I can have a conversation with them shortly. That's another tip. Speak to the neighbours. They're having an extension done on a similar house to what I'm looking at buying. So get their cost, find out what builders they're using, and just ask certain questions. It massively helps. If you come behind Ams now, I'm going to show you what's behind him. We're in the shaded area that I just talked about, and there's no sun here. It hasn't hit, so you would make this a patio area, but you really wouldn't want to sit here. You'd want to sit in the sun. So on that grass that we was on just, that's where you'd want a patio area. You'd probably want to gravel some part of it and then turf the rest of it. These outbuildings are fantastic. The space is amazing, but at the moment they are pointless. But if you can see where the roof goes across, if you can extend this out on the side for the kitchen, that kitchen will be fantastic. I've also just spotted that one of the windows is broke and will need replacing. Again, that's another cost. But all in all, I'm really happy with this house. Now, because I'm on camera doing this for you guys at home, you haven't seen me take notes. One of the guys is there actually writing down everything that I have said, because when I get back to the office, even though I know in my head what the cost will be, I still like to write it out, re-watch the video back. And when I say video, we normally film inside a house that we're viewing to go back and see like the numbers. What did we miss something? Can someone else spot something when we all watch it back at the office? But I already have the figure in my head that I need to spend on this property. This property, to make it the best on the street, I would always advise rendering as well. I'm a big fan of rendering. Again, budget wise, not sure if it's something that everybody can put into their budget, but if the numbers add up, I would advise rendering the house, especially if you're flipping it or you're refinancing it. If it's a buy to let, I would never render the house. You don't need to, because it will still rent out. But all in all, still really happy with this house, and the numbers at the moment are adding up, but we need to get back and we need to write it all out and go through it as a team. Front garden, huge space, could probably fit around 14 to 15 cars on this drive. It's absolutely massive. Windows, like I said, from the outside are fantastic. Front door would need changing. I would render this property. And if you take a look at the roof, I've seen a few loose tiles. It looks like it's bowing in the middle. So I would need a roofer to come and give me a price on that. I do think that's a bit of a problem. We'll get the drone up there and take a look, because that's what we would normally do when we go to buy a house. This needs a lot of work. This garden needs a lot doing to it. All the wall at the front needs ripping out and replacing. All these bushes are okay on that side. This side needs something doing to it. Maybe the fence needs continuing along. Maybe a gate where the entrance is. But again, this would take some planning, and there would be a huge cost to this. This could cost around £4,000 to £5,000 to get this right. So we have to take that into consideration in the refurb. But all in all, a great house. I will run through the numbers with you when we get back to the office, and I will make a decision on whether this is something that we would buy. Now, this isn't on the market yet. It's on the market tomorrow, and the estate agents have actually said, if you want to buy it, these are the figures that they want. This is where they're at. Run your numbers, let me know by the end of today. Again, that is because I have a network and I've branded myself and the property circle where people know what we do. Credibility is key. Back at the office, and I have ran through the numbers today and what needs to be done, and this is the breakdown of the property. We need to remove the chimney breasts and fireplaces. We need to skim the whole house and overboard the polystyrene tiles that are there. I don't want them removed. It's easier just to overboard and skim. We need a new window on the side of the house, because all the windows in the house are in great condition. Carpentry throughout the whole house. I want to replace all the doors, all the skirting board and all the architrave. We need a new kitchen, and it'd be nice to knock that cupboard out in the kitchen to add some space. I haven't allowed for an extension to be built on this property in this breakdown. We need to replace the upstairs bathroom, upgrade the central heating system, and hide all of the exposed pipes that are in the property at the moment, because that's showing the age of the property. There's a cupboard in another bedroom that needs removing to add more space. Flooring throughout the whole house is a given, and that will consist of tiles in the kitchen, tiles in the hallway, laminated in the lounge, and carpets throughout the rest of the house. Bathroom will have tiles as well. We need to decorate the whole house, replace the windowsills throughout the whole of the house. The roof needs to be looked at, so I've taken into account what needs to be done there when I've done this quote. Replace the fascia and the guttering and the stat pipe as well. I want to render my property because if I'm refinancing it or if I'm flipping it, I want it to be the best house on the street. Rendering is always the key because it's the first thing someone sees when they pull up to your house. Front gardens, windows, doors, and rendering can make a huge difference to someone's perspective when they pull up. And landscaping, the front garden needs doing and the back garden needs doing. After running through all my numbers and looking at what needs doing, we have worked out that it will cost around £28,000 to £31,000 for everything that I have just listed. A contingency will be in place for about 10%, which we put into every single one of our properties, and we always run the same spec throughout the whole of all of our properties, all the time. Same flooring, same kitchen, same bathroom, same landscaping to an extent. Obviously it'll be placed in different locations, and we always use the same rendering. Now the property is £280,000, and if we allow £34,000 as what it will take to get this into a modern state, if we should say, or a really, really, really great finish, the best house on the street, we are looking at around £320,000 all in. We was told by the agent that is selling that property that the end value of that property will be about £350,000 without an extension. So you can clearly see that there is profit in there. Due diligence, we will call 3 or 4 other agents to make sure that she is right in what she's saying. We have no reason to doubt her because we do know her, but I still would check with other agents. But that is how I walk around a property and assess what I want to do to it. And I put myself in a buyer's position or a mortgage company's valuation person. I put myself in their perspective to see what they would be looking for so they could value that as the best house on the street. That is how I run my refinancing or my flipping. Not everybody does it like that, but that is how I do it. And I hope you've had a good insight into how I walk around and see what I see. And on that note, I'm going to end this video. Please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to doing more videos like this for you guys so you can see how my brain works.